You're special. You're a chosen one, a starseed. You feel it in your bones, this calling to help others, to lift up the world. But here's the kicker. Not everyone wants your help. In fact, there are 9 types of people you absolutely cannot save during your spiritual ascension. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive deep into this mind-blowing reality. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm here to help everyone. That's my purpose. And I get it. That big heart of yours wants to reach out and touch every soul. But here's the deal. Trying to save everyone is like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon. It's not just impossible. It's exhausting. Picture this. You're climbing a mountain, your spiritual journey. You're making progress, feeling good. But then you see someone struggling below. Being the kind soul you are, you climb back down to help them. But they're not ready to climb. They resist, they argue, they might even try to pull you down. And suddenly, you realize you've lost your own progress. That's what happens when you try to save everyone. You slow down your own growth. You might even start moving backward. And that's not what you're here for, is it? Let's break it down. Chosen ones and starseeds. These aren't just fancy titles. Their roles, callings, a deep part of who you are. Chosen ones are exactly what they sound like, souls picked for a special purpose. They're the ones who feel a pull towards something greater, a need to make a big impact. If you've ever felt like you're meant for something more, like you have a mission that's bigger than just your everyday life, you might be a chosen one. Starseeds, on the other hand, are souls that originated from other star systems or galaxies. Yeah, you heard that right. Space babies. But don't go looking for antennas or blue skin. Starseeds look just like everyone else. The difference is inside. They often feel out of place here on Earth, like they're homesick for a place they can't quite remember. They have this innate wisdom, a different way of looking at things that often makes them feel like outsiders. Both chosen ones and starseeds share a common trait. They're here to help Earth and its people evolve. They're the light workers, the healers, the way showers. They're drawn to spiritual paths, to making a difference, to lifting the vibration of the planet. But here's the thing, and this is important. Being a chosen one or a starseed isn't about being better than others. It's about having a different role, a specific mission. It's like being born with a particular talent. It doesn't make you superior. It just gives you a unique way to contribute. And that contribution? It's huge. Chosen ones and starseeds are often the catalysts for change. They inspire others. They bring new ideas. They challenge the status quo. They're the ones who dare to dream of a better world and then roll up their sleeves to make it happen. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? And part of that responsibility is knowing your limits. Which brings us back to our main point. The people you can't save. Now, this might be the toughest pill to swallow. You, with your big heart and your burning desire to help, have to accept that you can't save everyone. It's not because you're not trying hard enough or because you're not good enough. It's because of one simple, powerful thing: free will. Every single person on this planet has the right to choose their own path. That's the deal we all signed up for when we decided to come to Earth. Free will is the ultimate gift, and sometimes the ultimate challenge. Think about it this way. Have you ever tried to help someone who didn't want help? Maybe it was a friend stuck in a bad relationship, or a family member with a harmful habit. You could see so clearly what they needed to do, but no matter how much you talked, pleaded, or tried to show them, they just wouldn't budge. That's free will in action. The same principle applies to spiritual growth. You can't force someone to wake up, to see the world the way you do, or to start their own spiritual journey. It's like trying to force a flower to bloom before it's ready. You can provide the best soil, the perfect amount of water and sunlight, but if that seed isn't ready to sprout, nothing you do will make it grow. This is where a lot of chosen ones and starseeds get stuck. They see the potential in everyone. They can envision how beautiful the world could be if everyone just woke up, if everyone understood the deeper truths of existence. And so they try, they push, they exhaust themselves trying to convince others to see what they see. But here's the harsh truth. It doesn't work. Not only does it not work, but it can actually be harmful, both to you and to the person you're trying to help. When you try to force someone's spiritual growth, you're essentially saying that you know better than they do what's right for their soul. You're interfering with their journey, their lessons, their chosen path. Even if your intentions are pure, this kind of interference can actually slow down their progress. And for you, well, you end up frustrated, drained, and often feeling like a failure. You might start to doubt your own path, wondering why you can't seem to help others the way you feel you should. This doubt, this drain on your energy, can seriously impact your own spiritual growth. So what's the solution? It's simple, but not easy. You have to let go. You have to accept that everyone is on their own journey, moving at their own pace. Some people might not start their spiritual awakening in this lifetime at all, and that's okay. It's all part of the grand design. Your job as a chosen one or starseed isn't to drag others along on your journey. It's to be a beacon of light, to live your truth so brightly that others who are ready might be inspired to seek their own truth. You're here to offer a hand to those who are actively reaching out, not to try and carry those who are content where they are. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you become cold or indifferent. It means you learn to respect others' journeys as much as you honor your own. It means you save your energy for those who are open and ready for help, rather than exhausting yourself on those who aren't there yet. Remember, the goal isn't to save everyone. The goal is to ascend yourself, to fulfill your own spiritual purpose. In doing so, you naturally lift the vibration of the planet and create space for others to ascend when they're ready. So, who are these people you can't save? What types should you watch out for on your journey? That's exactly what we're going to dive into next. Knowing these 9 types will not only save you time and energy, but it will also help you focus on where you can truly make a difference. Get ready, because this knowledge is about to change the way you approach your mission as a chosen one or starseed. It's time to work smarter, not harder, on your spiritual journey. Types of people you can't save: the resistors. Let's dive into the first 3 types of people you'll encounter on your spiritual journey that you simply can't save. Remember, this isn't about judging or giving up on people. It's about understanding where to focus your energy for the greatest good, both for yourself and others. These are the people who have access to information but choose not to see it. They're comfortable in their current beliefs and actively avoid anything that might challenge them. You might show them clear evidence of spiritual truths, but they'll find ways to dismiss or ignore it. Imagine trying to show someone a beautiful sunrise, but they insist on keeping their eyes closed. That's what it's like dealing with the willfully ignorant. They're not ready to open their eyes to new perspectives, no matter how bright and beautiful. You might think, if I just explain it one more time, they'll get it. But here's the truth. They're not looking to understand. They're looking to maintain their current worldview. It's not that they can't see, it's that they won't see. For these folks, their current beliefs provide a sense of safety and comfort. Challenging those beliefs feels threatening. So instead of considering new ideas, they dig their heels in deeper. As a chosen one or starseed, your instinct might be to keep trying to find just the right words to break through. But remember, their ignorance is a choice. You have to respect that choice, even if you don't agree with it. Your energy is better spent elsewhere. Next up are the perpetual victims. These are the people who always see themselves as helpless, at the mercy of the world around them. No matter what happens, good or bad, they find a way to be the victim in the story. You might think, if I can just help them see their power, they'll transform. But here's the hard truth. Being a victim is comfortable for them. It means they don't have to take responsibility for their lives. It means they always have someone or something else to blame. Trying to empower a perpetual victim is like trying to force-feed someone who isn't hungry. They might go along with it for a while to please you, but deep down, they're not ready to digest what you're offering. These folks have often been playing the victim role for so long that it's become a core part of their identity. Giving it up would mean reimagining who they are, and that's scary. It's easier for them to stay stuck. As much as you want to show them their inner strength, remember, they have to want to see it. Your job isn't to force them to change, but to be an example of what taking responsibility for your life looks like. In our busy, noisy world, these people are always on to the next thing. They're constantly chasing distractions, whether it's the latest tech gadget, the newest social media trend, or just bouncing from one activity to another without ever going deep. You might think, if I could just get their attention for a moment, they'll see the importance of spiritual growth. But here's the thing. Their distraction isn't just a habit, it's a shield. It's protecting them from having to face deeper truths or uncomfortable realities about themselves. Trying to get a constantly distracted person to focus on spiritual matters is like trying to fill a sieve with water. No matter how much wisdom you pour in, it just flows right through. They might seem interested for a moment, but soon they're off to the next shiny thing. For these people, constant motion and distraction feel like progress. Slowing down to reflect, meditate, or explore their inner world feels unproductive or even scary. They're not ready to sit with themselves yet. As a spiritual guide, you might be tempted to grab them by the shoulders and say, "Stop and look." But remember, their journey is their own. They'll slow down when they're ready, not when you decide they should. Understanding these types, the willfully ignorant, the perpetual victims, and the constantly distracted, is crucial for your own growth and peace of mind. It's not about giving up on them. It's about recognizing where they are on their journey and respecting that. Your role as a chosen one or starseed isn't to force these people to change. It's to be a living example of what's possible when someone embraces their spiritual path. By focusing on your own growth and helping those who are ready and willing, you create a ripple effect that can reach even those who seem unreachable right now. Remember, everyone awakens in their own time. Your job is to shine your light, not to force others to see it. By understanding who you can't save, you free up your energy to make a real difference where it counts. As we continue our exploration, let's look at the next types of people you'll encounter on your spiritual journey who you can't save. Remember, this isn't about judgment, but about understanding and focusing your energy wisely. The cynics are those who've been hurt or disappointed so many times that they've built a wall of disbelief around themselves. They question everything, not out of genuine curiosity, but out of a deep-seated fear of being fooled again. You might share a profound spiritual experience with them, and they'll find a way to dismiss it or mock it. Trying to convince a cynic of spiritual truths is like trying to push water uphill. They've made skepticism their shield, and they're not ready to put it down. Your heartfelt experiences and insights bounce off their protective cynicism. The overly scientific, on the other hand, are those who won't accept anything that can't be measured in a lab. They demand proof for every spiritual concept, refusing to acknowledge that some truths lie beyond current scientific understanding. You might think, if I just show them enough evidence, they'll believe. But here's the thing. Spiritual truths often defy conventional scientific methods. These folks aren't ready to expand their definition of what's real or provable. For both types, their skepticism serves a purpose. It makes them feel smart, safe, and in control. They're not ready to embrace the mystery and wonder of the spiritual realm. And that's okay. Their journey might require them to exhaust all logical explanations before they're open to spiritual ones. The ego-driven are those who are so wrapped up in their own importance that they can't see beyond themselves. They might be interested in spiritual concepts, but only if it makes them feel superior or special. They're not interested in true growth or service to others. Trying to guide an ego-driven person towards genuine spiritual growth is like trying to redirect a river with your hands. They'll twist every teaching to feed their ego rather than transcend it. They're not ready to let go of their self-importance and embrace humility. The fearful are those paralyzed by fear of change, fear of the unknown, or fear of losing control. They might recognize the value of spiritual growth, but they're too scared to take the leap. Every step towards awakening feels threatening to them. You might think, if I can just show them there's nothing to fear, they'll embrace spirituality. But remember, their fear serves a purpose for them. It's keeping them in their comfort zone, protecting them from perceived threats. For both these types, Their current state feels safer than the unknown territory of spiritual growth. They're not ready to face the challenges and changes that come with awakening. The deeply asleep are those who are so immersed in the material world that they don't even recognize there's a spiritual aspect to life. They're focused solely on physical pleasures, material success, or day-to-day survival. The idea of a spiritual journey doesn't even register for them. Trying to awaken someone who's deeply asleep is like trying to describe colors to someone who's never seen. They lack the context to understand what you're talking about. They're not ready to question the nature of reality or explore their inner world. The not ready yet are those who might show a spark of interest in spirituality, but quickly retreat when things get challenging. They're not prepared for the self-reflection and personal growth that a spiritual journey requires. They want the benefits without the work. You might think, if I just encourage them a little more, they'll commit to the path. But spiritual readiness can't be forced. It comes from within when a soul has reached a certain point in its journey. For both these types, the time simply isn't right. They have more experiences to gather, more lessons to learn in the physical world before they're ready to turn inward. As we've explored these 9 types of people, the willfully ignorant, the perpetual victims, the constantly distracted, the cynics, the overly scientific, the ego-driven, the fearful, the deeply asleep, and the not ready yet, you might feel a mix of emotions. Frustration, perhaps, or sadness that you can't help everyone. Maybe even relief that you don't have to. But here's the beautiful truth. Recognizing who you can't save doesn't diminish your role as a chosen one or starseed. In fact, it enhances it. By understanding these types, you can focus your energy where it will have the most impact. You can honor others' journeys while staying true to your own. Remember, your mission isn't to drag others kicking and screaming into spiritual awakening. It's to be a beacon of light, a living example of what's possible when someone embraces their spiritual path. Your growth, your joy, your peace. These are your most powerful tools for helping others. Some of the people you've tried to help in the past might fall into these categories. That's okay. Letting go of the need to save them doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you're respecting their journey, their free will, and their own divine timing. Focus on those who are ready, who are actively seeking. These are the ones you can truly help. And as you do, you'll create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can see. Even those who seem unreachable now may be touched by your example in ways you'll never know. Your ascension, your spiritual growth, is not selfish. It's one of the most powerful ways you can serve the world. As you raise your own vibration, you help raise the vibration of the entire planet. You make it easier for others to awaken when their time comes. So, chosen ones and starseeds, embrace your path. Pour your energy into your own growth and into helping those who are ready. Trust in the divine plan, knowing that everyone will awaken in their own perfect time. Your job is not to save everyone, but to shine so brightly that you inspire others to find their own light. You are making a difference, even when you can't see it. Keep growing, keep shining, and keep trusting in the journey. The world needs your light now more than ever.